Hey everybody, I hope you're all enjoying your summer and I can't believe we're almost already in the middle of August and September's right around the corner. I just thought I'd put a quick video together. Haven't done this for a while, so forgive me if once again I'm all over the place because my videos tend to do that. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to put an update out there for a few people who I know might be interested. I have the Halloween market, the Wicked Witches Halloween market in Guelph coming up at the end of October. So I'm super busy with getting stuff ready for that. I'm excited about the ornaments, which I've been posting about, and I have a few other pieces in mind that I'll be hopefully that I will have done for the show, or sorry, not the show, the market. I keep saying it's a show. I don't know, because in the back of my head, I felt like by now, as an artist, I should have had my first show already, but it is still yet to come. Anyways, so the market, right. So for those of you who I'm probably annoying the heck out of because I'm posting Halloween stuff and we're not even, at the end of the summer yet. My apologies, but yeah, getting pretty super excited about that. And then I have a commissioned piece that I've been trying to find time to work on, but that will be something that I will get done for Christmas. And then a few things will be put on hold because I am actually turning 49 in December. And I've always viewed it as like my 49th birthday. I'm like, at the bottom of the hill, and the year before I turn 50 is like the climbing of the mountain, because once you reach 50, they always say, oh, well, you're over the hill, right? So I've always been wanting to, look at my 49th year as, what can I do to make it memorable? And, you hit that middle mark and, what can I do wild and crazy? And, do I want to jump out of a plane or go bungee jumping or whatever? I don't know. Anyways, there was a few things on my list. And then I mean, I don't know. It's really weird. I had all these ideas in mind, and then for some of you, that I've been this part will probably get edited out because I'm just rambling on and making absolute no sense at all. But anyways, so I'll continue. So I'm thinking of doing something, that will challenge me in every way possible, mentally, physically, and on a level spiritually, because, that's always been a huge thing for me. So I always wanted to, or in the back of my mind thought, I'd always like to try, heading up the Bruce Trail, from the beginning to the end. And in the back of my mind, I always thought that I'd run it, right? Because 5 years ago, I was like, an avid runner, and I was just like pounding pavement constantly. It was my only stress relief. So, but 5 years prior to that, so 10 years ago, I had injury with my knee, and I didn't pay attention to it. And I just kept running and pushing through. And finally, with everything kind of the same time COVID hit, and I feel like it was like my mid 40s, I was hitting that kind of point in my age where it was like, okay, you need to kind of make some adjustments physically or whatever. Anyways, my knee just like totally gave out. And for those of you who know, I have a pretty physically active job. So I'm a residential house cleaner. And so, you know, it was no more running, and then work started to become difficult. And, you know, I saw several physiotherapists and, you know, had however many x-rays and ultrasounds done, and they all seemed to think it was, you know, just, I don't know, probably like ligament stuff or whatever. And I was never able to just get like a time or a chunk where I could just, you know, stop everything and let it heal. And my personality actually doesn't allow me to do that anyways. So, so of course I've been battling with this knee thing. And I mean, when I was at the peak of my running, I always thought, oh yeah, again, like it was like, let's do the Bruce Trail and from beginning to end, because, you know, I'm kind of crazy like that. But I mean, not really, because the more research I do about it, a lot of people have that great, you know, idea of like, let's do this. So anyways, I guess that kind of just fell and faded into the back. And, you know, I'm approaching my 49th birthday and I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? And I was about 6 months ago, I was actually quite down in the dumps because my knee was really bad. And finally, the doctor's like, okay, well, maybe we need to get an MRI for that. So the works was, you know, it was put in motion to get an appointment for that. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to give physio one last try. So I went to Grand River Sports Medicine in Kitchener and got set up with a physiotherapist there. His name is Jay. And I'm telling you, I mean, I have seen results, and my knee is still giving me problems, but it's definitely on the mend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be, you know, running the way I was before. But I did ask my physiotherapist, I'm like, will I ever run? Like, can we get back on the treadmill? And I mean, maybe yes, I would be at a, you know, a decent pace for running, but I'll never be able to, you know, run the way that I was running before, because it would probably just be too much for my knee. But he said to me, well, you know what would be really good is, why don't you try biking? And I have not been biking for a long time. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, biking. So I came home and I told my husband, I said, oh, well, you know, so my physiotherapist suggests biking for maybe, you know, something that I can do to get myself back into physical activity, and, you know, something that's not going to be, you know, cause my knee any discomfort. So we went out a couple times on the bike, and then all of a sudden I realized, you know what? Hey, I can do this, and I have no pain. I have no pain with my knee. I have no pain, discomfort, swelling with my knee at all. So then, of course, I was so excited because I'm like, oh my God, I can actually do something again and get into something. But of course, you know, it's never just like, you know, let's just ease right into this, right? With me, it's like, go big or go home. So I'm plowing head first into cycling. And of course, my cycling of choice is mountain biking. So from what I understand, the popularity has grown quite a bit in the last 10 years. And I mean, mountain biking isn't just about off-road biking. It's about, like, you know, doing like basically rough terrain on a bicycle. And boy, is that right up my alley. Like, oh my God. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Now I know what I'm going to do. Now I know what I'm going to do for my 49th year. I'm going to start training And I'm going to bike the Bruce Trail from beginning to end. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I've set my mind to. And like, I think I've completely lost my mind. I don't know. They say that at 50, you have some kind of, midlife crisis. Although I think I've already had about 2 or 3 of them up until this point. So I don't know. Maybe it's an existential crisis or whatever. I have no idea. But anyways, I have decided that I am going to bike from the beginning, starting in Niagara, and all the way up to the end of the trail, which is Tobermory. And I'm going to do it on my own, biking on my own, but I will have somebody that is following me. I plan on breaking it down into sections. So my ideal is doing 90 kilometers a day. But of course, weather plays a factor in it, and like basically what the trails look like, right? I mean, not the further, from what I understand, the further north you get on the Bruce Trail, the more difficult it gets, and there are actually parts on the trail that are not accessible for biking. So I'm just waiting for the booklet that I've purchased to see, of routes, trails that maybe go around the areas that are not accessible by bike. And I mean, if there's parts of it that I actually have to walk just to make it to the end, then so be it, I'm walking. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I feel like this has given me, this is lit like a fire under my, so to get me up and going, because I absolutely am just go. And to have not been able to exercise the way that I've wanted to the last 5 years has been really difficult. Mentally, it's challenging, because when you're used to that energy output, physical energy output, it can, you can have some rough days. But thankfully, I have an abundance of optimism, and I'm always looking, for ways to, work around the roadblocks that I have. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I thought I would quickly put a video together to throw it out there and let everybody know, because I know that there are going to be a few people on my social media who will find this very interesting, especially people who are my family, because pretty much nobody knows that I'm doing this yet. So yeah, my kids don't even know. So Amber, Garrett, if you're watching this, surprise. Anyways, yeah, so I mean, and you know what? The thought that I have, this whole idea is what I need in my life right now. And I've always thought of doing something that challenges me, not only just physically, but mentally. It absolutely scares the of me attempting this, especially the fact that I'm doing it alone, because I do have several things that I deal with on a physical level, like a handful of autoimmune disorders that I've struggled with my whole life, which have always kind of stopped me from doing things that are outside my comfort zone. So, and mentally, I mean, I have never, I've always wanted to go out into the wilderness on my own and, not like just be able to enjoy nature, because I'm such a nature person, at like right to the core. And, you know, I guess because of all of the struggles I've had physically, I've never wanted to be out in the middle of nowhere where you're far away from any kind of help. So if physically something happens, I mean, that's it. Like, what do you do? And I guess I'm at the point in my life now where I'm like, I really don't care. At 49, if, I die trying to get to the end of the Bruce Trail. And I know that probably sounds really corny, because a lot of people have done this. There have been people who have walked the Bruce Trail on their own. And, you're going to run into the chance of running into a bear, or, something's going to happen where you, like, I don't know, slide off your bike and sprain your ankle. Of course, me, always going to the negative, right? There'll be people rolling their eyes going, oh, there she goes again, right? But yeah, so it's going to challenge me, and that is what's driving me, and that is what is really going to move me to do this, because no matter what, I am going to give this like 150, 200%. Like, I want to make this work. And what a better way to, I guess I'm looking at the Bruce Trail, from Niagara to Tobermory as my 49th year, starting at the beginning and finishing at the end. And then it's like, then once you hit 50, man, it's all downhill, right? So I'm hoping that throughout my trailing experience, that I can get some pictures. And once I'm finished, I feel in the back of my mind that I would want to turn all of those pieces into a show. I know I've mentioned shows before, but it's complicated. I won't get into it, but I've just never really had the time. And I feel like if I'm not making the time, there's a reason for that. And it's just not supposed to happen until the universe says, okay, it's happening now. And I don't know, maybe this is it. Who knows? But I think it would be kind of cool. I think it would be kind of cool to take in that experience and then turn it into my first show. And for me, that would be like, then I could say, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I've done it. That's great. Now we can, plan the next big adventure. Maybe then I'll bike across Canada. Who the hell knows? Maybe not. Okay, let's not get too far away. I think I just need to stick to the basics and maybe make it through the Bruce Trail first. Anyways, I just thought I would let everybody know. I'm very sorry. There's a lot of people that I haven't seen or talked to in a very long time, and I know that they've been keeping up with my social media, and I have failed at making the extra time to go and visit everybody. But between my leg and between my job and between all these shows that I've been getting and signing up for, it's just been really busy, and I apologize. So hopefully I know a video is not an in-person visit, but it's still, keeping you up to date. So, yeah, so most of I'm going to be, I don't even know what you call it. I am so not techie, like really not techie. I'm going to be videoing and posting all of my progress, because this is going to be me starting from absolute zero. I have not been what I deem physically active for at least 5 years. So I'm going to be in training mode I've already somewhat started. So I'm going to spend the next year training for this trip, and my goal is to bike it this time next year. So I will be, I don't even know what you call it. What do you call it? What do you call it when you record your progress, or record your whatever it is, your journey, or anyways, whatever. I'll be doing that. And I'll be posting most of my stuff on TikTok. If I will, like, I know I have a lot of family and friends on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of my stuff will go on that as well. But if you're really wanting to follow me on this insane trip idea, whatever, I will post I don't know if it's a link or if it's the ID or whatever for my TikTok, and then that way whatever videos post up. So my husband and I have been on the trail a few times, and this coming week I'm going to check out the Hydrocut. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Most of you from, the Kitchener-Waterloo area probably already know what the heck that is. Me, I had never heard of it until my physiotherapist had said something. Oh, you should go check out the Hydrocut. Well, what is that? Oh, it's this, this great biking and trail system over by Highland and Snyder Road, or, at the end of Glasgow. And you know what the funny thing is that the entrance to the biking trail is right at the exact spot that we lived in a farmhouse when I was a baby. So, like, what the heck? Like, the pine trees are still there. Like, the pine trees that surrounded the farm are still there. I find that, like, weird. Anyways, I'm probably the only one that thinks that weird. But I don't know. Maybe it's a sign. Anyways, and I'd always seen a lot of bikers there. So I'm going to try and check that out. And, I'm going to record my journey. I'm starting on the bike that I've had in my shed for, like, I don't know, years. Actually, I think we originally bought it for my daughter, and then I took it back. But yeah, I'm starting out on that, and we're going to see how it goes. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. But, and other than getting ready for that, I'm still going to be plucking away at my art. But once I finish the commission piece and Christmas is over, it's going to be hardcore training for this bike adventure. So yeah. So anyways, just thought I'd let you guys all know. I hope you're, again, enjoying your summer, and yeah, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.